Okay, Di, are you ready? We're
I
back!
told you.
You told me what?
I told you about the elephants.
Fuck your elephant! Well, we're back. Bleach episodes 213 to 229. And, well, for the first couple of episodes, go Karakurazers! Do. What, were you not thinking that when watching these first two episodes?
I was thinking, man, those poor people who watched this on Toonami.
Oh, it was great. It's great. Anyway. Oh yeah. Where we last left off, we did the Pendulum Arc and Fade to Black, but in the anime we did the Pendulum Arc. And, that doesn't mean shit, because for the first two episodes, we gotta follow the world of the living, where Koan becomes the magical hero Katakurizer. And gives hero speeches and shit. Isn't he wearing one of those Super Sentai outfits too?
Yeah.
And yeah, he has to do the Katakurizer beam by spelling out the word riser with his body. And actually, did they even change the title card and the commercial break cards too, or something like that?
Yeah, because this episode was special.
What, these two episodes? Remember, it was a two-episode mini arc.
Yeah, they changed it, but just for these episodes, and they changed it back. Then for one of the future filler episodes we'll cover towards the end, they also changed it for that.
Well, obviously, what would a Super Sentai show be without the rest of the Rangers? So, Don Kanonji shows up after how many fucking episodes?
Enough.
So you get Michael Sorge voicing him, which, by the way, should be noted, Udahara is the one that gives Kon and everyone the suits, so you have Tessai here too, so that's not making it stupid. But it's about to get even worse, because Orderu is one of the Katakurizeers, and Tatsuki. Two Wendy Lees, guys. And Keiko.
Yeah.
And the last one I'll mention is Chizuru, because all of them have Katakurizer names, like Tatsuki is Katakurizer Beast, but Chizuru is Katakurizer Erotic. Because of course.
Yeah. Of course.
One of the things in this two episodes, though, is they actually try having a serious moment where Tatsuki talks to Kon, who's in Ichigo's body. It makes the comment saying, you know, seeing you in Ichigo's body just reminds me of how pissed I am at him for calling me useless back then. And it has a flashback of way back when Ichigo said, just stay out of it, Tatsuki. And she slapped him from 100 episodes ago. And it's like, you guys are trying to have a serious moment like that. It's stupid episodes like this. Why? Because this probably could have worked if Tatsuki legit met Kon in Ichigo's body.
They did?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, actually had a heart-to-heart with him in a real episode. But, yeah. So, of course, it all culminates with Hollow Monster showing up and them having to fight a monster Iran car. And I think Chizuru attempted to rape a Hollow? I didn't imagine that, did I?
No.
She said the female Iran car was hot, and she literally used the doggy style attack. I have so many questions. Oh, and Udi was here too as narrator-kun and explaining how the powers worked every time someone used them. So for Chizuru, he said anytime she sees something she fantasizes over, her erotic power makes her faster than a Sonito and stronger than most Aran cars or something like that. What the fuck? Why? Oh my god. The point is, They all, like, defeat the Iran car monster after working together. I just want to get through these stupid episodes, because they're inconsequential, obviously. And then they all just fall asleep afterwards from exhaustion after defeating the Iran car when Kon uses the Karaku Riser beam for a second time. And Urahara's like, well, thanks to them, I was able to get everything set up for fake Karakuta Town. It's like, don't try making this part of the canon filler. No, this is stupid. There is no way this could ever fit canonically. It's too dumb.
It could, if you don't think about it.
I don't know. Anything else you want to mention about the Karaku Risers before we move on?
It is highly intelligent.
Other than that, Don Kanonji will disappear once again, probably forever, maybe. And that Keigo, for some reason, asked if Chizuru gets that horny for everyone or just women, and he seemed really disappointed when he heard it might have just been for women. So I think we know who Keigo likes now. But anyway... Now... These episodes, they were kind of great if you're into stupid. Especially if you're Super Sentai arc. But now we can finally get back to the actual plot. So first, back in the Lake Mundo land, we quickly recap everything that happened. Ukiura's back in Las Noches, and he has Orihime, because you wake it from that cube Green Zhao put him in. Aizen and his espada and stuff went to the world of the living to fake Karakuta. And yeah, Ichigo's rushing off to save Rukia. Orihime. Damn it. See, guys, see what you did?
I didn't do anything. That
You
was
got me
all
confused
you.
with your amateur of a waifu. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you are very confused.
And Ichigo is cut off by, the captain of Aizen's guards, who is still Dan Warren, thank fuck. And his name is Rudabone. I told you all I'd find it out one of these times.
Yeah, who would have thought it would take him saying it for you to find it out?
Shut up! That Ichigo is getting swarmed by so many of these guards, or the Adhekias as they're called. If I remember their name too. Probably because they said it like 10 times this set. And that's when Chad shows up. Uryu shows up. Or not Uryu, Renji. Yeah, Uryu wasn't here, was he? I just realized that.
Yeah.
He was?
Or...
No, I don't think he was. I think it was just Chad.
wasn't.
Yeah, it was Chad, Renji, and Rukia.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Uryu?
Probably still dying from...
Xyloperos and Mayuri's fight. The shit from that. Yeah, I guess.
Because the other one's well healed by Squad 4.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Anyway.
Oh wait, no, Renji was there, so...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Where the fuck was Uryu? What, did they... Oh, let's prioritize the Soul Reaper because, yeah, Uryu's just a Quincy. He's a bitch. Or maybe him and Mayuri are making sweet love or something. I don't know. What? I could believe it. So yeah, they tell Ichigo to rush off to save Orihime, and he does. And that's when, Ukiura is talking to Orihime, and it's all like, how does it feel to know you're going to die? As soon as I have the order to kill you, you are completely useless to Aizen now. Which makes one wonder, if she's completely useless to Aizen, why did they go out of their way to recapture her? For Ukiura to hang on to her again? I mean, the only thing that managed to do was just piss off Ichigo. Oh, that's what Ukiura wanted to do, isn't it?
Yeah, he wanted to piss on him.
What? Get that kinky shit out of here, no. Anyway. Yeah, so Orihime's like, I'm not afraid, because, well, my heart is with my friends, so even if I die, my heart will always be with them. And Ukiura's like, what is a heart? If I rip your chest open, will I see it, etc. And goes on about how he only believes what he can see with his own eyes. And since he can't see the human heart, then it must not exist.
No,
God,
it doesn't
what
exist.
is DNA? I've never seen DNA. How are you going to believe in something you can't even see?
Yeah.
Anyone who gets that reference is a legend. Anyway. So, Ichigo shows up and is like, get the hell away from her, you bitch. Just like that, exactly. Word for word, 100%. And him and Ukiura are about to have a fuck, while Rukia and friends take on Rudabone and his army outside. And we'll get back to this
40 episodes from now.
Like, way from now. So back to the world of the living. First, we get an appearance from Saito in Karakura Town. Fake Karakura. You guys remember Saito, right? That Squad 2 member that first showed up back in episode like 7 or 8? Voiced by Kirk Thornton. Which, by the way, they kept him the same VA, so props to that for continuity, I guess. Yeah, he was the... It's just so weird that he just shows up randomly here.
It's like, okay.
Because I genuinely forgot about this appearance. That's why I'm like, he'll never show up again. Because I really forgot about him here. Because I'm pretty sure he disappears forever again after this.
Yeah, it disappeared forever with the rest of Squad 2.
Yeah. Anyway, he saves a soul or whatever, and it's like, you really get out of here, things gonna get crazy. And, yeah. The big fight's getting ready to begin as Aizen says, I don't care if we're in fake Karakura Town. All I have to do is kill you and go to Soul Society and make the Oaken there. It saves us time, because, you know, we're gonna go to Soul Society to use the Oaken anyways.
Fake town. I'll just kill you and go to the real town.
Yep.
Or bring
That's
the real
when
town
Yamamoto's
to me.
like, I have a plan! Ichimaru! I will use Ryojin Chaka and trap you in fire. So he traps Aizen, Tosin, and Ichimaru behind the fire and the flames. Actually, is Wonder West behind the flames too? I'm pretty sure he's with him, isn't he? I think.
No.
What the fuck is Wonder Wise? What happened to him? He's like the greatest person ever.
He's somewhere.
Alright, well, maybe he's off with Udi and they're having a tea party or something. I don't fucking know. Anyway, leaving the captains that are there outside along with the Espadas. And the Espadas Fracciones, hence the title. You know, Lieutenants Fracciones, because I'm sure you guys can't guess what we're about to get. Speaking of the Espada, time for a cast change that makes no sense. So Baragon, the Espada with the old one, was Steve Kramer. Now it's Michael McConaughey for no reason.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't even get the cast change. Honestly, I'm not complaining because I feel the voice he's doing for Baragon does command way more authority with Baragon's personality and how he is. But it's still weird. But, yeah, so... Anyway, Fake Karakura Town is 4 pillars set on one each side of it. And Baragon's like, oh, I'm gonna send my hollows to attack it, roar! And the hollows, the generic hollows all get murked, because apparently at each pillar, they have a squad officer standing there to guard them or whatever. Because if the pillars collapse, well, then the Fake Karakura Town will disappear for the real one.
And they make some poor choices for some of these.
They really do. So, Baragon's like, oh, okay, send out my Fracciones, which, we're gonna get to who some of them are voiced by, because it's, spoilers, it's fucking stupid. So, let's go through these one battle at a time, I guess. The first one that we got to see was Izuru's. And yes, we do get how does Wabisuke work.
Add it to the list.
Anyway, he's fighting Ben Diskin, who's the only one whose name I cannot remember off the top of my head. We just call him Birdman, because his release form is a bird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he has a weird character quirk of shouting at Izuru, like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass!" And Izuru's like, okay. What? What kind of man are you? You're supposed to yell back that you're gonna kick my ass! And we yell back and forth like that for like 10 minutes before we actually start fighting. Yeah. It's kind of amazing, actually. It makes you wonder if Baragon hired this guy as one of his Fracciones? Because that kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Izuru points out how stupid of a waste of energy that is, which makes Ben Diskin mad. And at least Ben Diskin's doing a different voice here, so... Honestly, I didn't even know it was him my first time watching it. I didn't know it was the same guy as Xylopero.
How could you not know it was the Eric Sparrow?
Tony Hawk's Underground?
Yeah.
That game needs a remaster, honestly. Fuck Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Give us Underground. That way Ben Diskin's true role can come back to light. But anyway... Yeah, this poor bird fuck was like, my wings weigh as much as steel and they're heavier than boulders or something like that. And the second you hear him say that, you just know, oh, he is fucked.
This guy jobs.
Like, hard, too. And Izuru even says, like, his long-range attacks were the only thing that this Birdman had, so he was trying to lure him in, because the way his Zanpakuto works is close range. So when the bird was launching the feathers at him, Izuru couldn't do shit, really. But yeah, so he gets in, hits on the bird's wings, and the bird can't fly anymore. And he's just like, what? That's fighting dirty! I don't understand, you're not a real man! And that's when Izuru gives a speech about Squad 3 representing despair because he hates fighting and everything to do with it. That Wabisuke he feels is the perfect Zanpakuto to embody this metaphor or way of life. Because with how it works, you know, each time you get hit, the weight doubles. Eventually, you'll weigh so much, you'll fall to your knees begging to surrender for forgiveness. And because it's Grant George and Ben Diskin playing off each other, it's a really well-dubbed scene, too. Probably one of the best here, actually. Anyway. So, yeah. The bird tries one more futile attack, and then starts begging for its life before it inevitably gets murked. Actually, doesn't he cut its head off?
Yep.
This was one of these scenes that was toned down in the anime and was way gorier in the manga, as a fun fact. Pretty sure you all can guess why they might have toned it down a bit. But yeah. And Izuru makes the comment saying, never forgive me for what I do to you. Woof! And then he cuts his head off. And that's it. Birdman is dead. Now for the second one. Okay. We have Yumichika. I think one needs a little out of order. Yumichika might have been first, but oh well, fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yumichika is fighting Charlotte. Voiced by Travis Willingham. Are you guys sick of him yet?
It's a trick question.
And isn't Charlotte a cross-dresser? Or a trap?
No.
Kind of. I mean, they act very flamboyant.
Like Just acting and dressed very flamboyant like that.
If you wanted to hear Travis do an amazing flamboyant voice, like stereotypically flamboyant, this is the role for you. What the hell was his release form? Because Yumichiko's laughing his ass off at it the whole time. Like he couldn't take it seriously.
Even more flamboyant.
Yeah. And Charlotte was just like, what? Oh, I get it. My beauty has stunned you into hysterics. That is why you are so crazed right now, because I'm so beautiful. Okay. And what the hell is... It's his weapon. You know, Charlotte's, I guess. Because the Birdman uses his wings and feathers to shoot out.
He just punches and stuff.
Oh yeah, do you remember his attack name every time he threw a punch?
Yeah.
The exotic, erotic, super magnificent! And there was like a bunch of other adjectives, and it just kept going and going and going before he threw a miracle punch. Time. Yeah. One of the times he even threw in the word aquatic. It's like they're just throwing random words out without even knowing what the fuck they mean. Yeah, this fight was honestly really entertaining. And he would have killed Yumichika. Yumichika was getting his ass kicked, except for one thing. His final technique. The White Rose of Darkness. Which basically traps the opponent, or in this case Yumichika, and what is it, like a dark void where white flower petals continue to fall until he gets smothered in them?
Yep.
Which, because of that, Yumichika's like, wait a minute, what? And he goes, yes, no one will see you. No one will notice you when you are gone. You are all alone here with me. And I want you to die. And the princess always gets what she wants. That is dialogue he utters. Even recaps it. And, yeah. Yumichika then releases his true Zanpakuto's ability, which we got a glimpse of when he fought Shuhei a while back. And it's as we described before. It basically makes flower buds bloom that drain spirit energy and feed it to Yumichika.
Yeah, gives the opponent the sock.
Yup.
Wolf.
And Charlotte's like, so that was your Bankai, wasn't it? And he goes, no. You see, Fuji Kujaku is the name I gave my Zanpakuto to make it angry so it won't release fully. Because mine's a Keto type, and Keto types are frowned upon in Squad 11, because they're for pussies. It's an unspoken rule. So not even Ikaku or the captain know about this, and I won't want anyone to find out. So he just called his Zanpakuto the real name. Ryo Kujaku, if I'm pronouncing that right. And yeah, his Zanpakuto, apparently it hates a certain color, and Fuji is the name of that color.
Lavender.
Yeah.
Is that color?
That's what it was.
That's why that's why the hilt of it is that color, because it hates it. He wanted to piss off his sword.
Yep, so it wouldn't release fully. I saw some people thinking that was Yumichika's Bankai, which I can understand the confusion. It does seem like it, with how it functions completely differently than we saw before. But yeah. We've only seen him use it twice now. And he's like, no one else knows about this, and no one ever will. You're the only one who knows. Which, I mean, technically Shuhei knows. I guess he just doesn't remember.
He only did it on him for like a split second.
Yeah, and Shuhei did ask back then, what was that? That was a strange ability. I don't even know what he did, but I'm exhausted. But yeah. So, Yumichika won. Speaking of Shuhei, he's up next against Fiendor, and that name is hilariously silly. And the first time he introduced his full name, I literally thought his last name was Cactus. So the whole time I was calling him Fiendor Cactus. What? Don't look at me like that.
Yeah, you like giving things silly names anyways.
Well, the Cactus is also voiced by Travis. Again. Like, for fuck's sake, Studiopolis, come on! I don't mind the Ben Diskin one, because again, well, Xylopero, he was sent straight to hell, but the two Travises like this, back to back. Anyway, this one's, I guess, gimmick is saying exacta all the time. And boasting about how he can match the power of a lieutenant, but starts off fighting Shuhei as a 5th seat. And then he's like, now I bumped it up, now I'm a 4th seat, now I'm a 3rd seat. Because I'm parodying the tropes of the shonen genre, going up one level at a time as we start fighting.
Yeah, he goes up powers by breaking apart his mask.
Yeah. We can see his Resurrection form, which is under the crab. Or something like that.
It's pretty much armor, but he has a crab arm. It is literally a crab arm, because you heard what he does later. He shoots high-pressured water. That's what enemy crabs usually do in any RPG you fight.
Giant enemy crab.
Attack its weak spot for massive damage. Its weak spot is being weak.
Yep, because we get to see Shuhei release his Zanpakuto.
Because Shuhei was holding back the whole time because he hates releasing his Zanpakuto.
Yeah, now we actually, in Fade to Black, we got to see it for a split second. Now we get to see it for realsies. And
I understand why you mistook it for Kusarigama.
yeah, that's what I thought it was.
But it's just a chain attaching to
Sickles?
like a scythe, sickles.
Yeah, because the Zanpakuto introduction guide describes it as that, or whatever, two sickles on a chain.
He attacks by throwing it at them. And every other thing.
Yeah. And this holo goes down like a bitch. Shuhei also gives a speech asking, he's like, are you afraid? And he's like, of course I'm not afraid! Why would I be afraid of you? What kind of bitch do you think I am? And Shuhei goes, well, I'm afraid. Any man who isn't afraid of his own power or his opponents isn't a real man at all. And then he has a flashback of Tosin telling him that. So it was a lesson he took to heart from Tosin. I mean, Tosin wasn't always a bad guy, guys. Come on. He used to be nice. Right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, Shuhei kills this guy. The Hollow's like, now over 90% of my mask is off, so I have the power of a captain! You're screwed! And that doesn't mean shit. Shuhei takes him down. He
grossly overestimates himself.
Yeah, Shuhei even says, funny, that was nowhere near the level of a captain. It's like, wow.
Didn't they all these guys work for Baragon?
Yeah. Now, the last one I actually do believe works for Baragon. Last is Ikkaku versus Poe, which the first time
it's
they said
over already.
Yeah, the first time they said his name, I thought they said Ho, and I was going to say, wait, isn't that the name of one of the Bounce? Did they recycle a name? Also, his name is Ho. Laugh at him. But no,
why do you take a Ho to a hotel?
Anyway, he's voiced by Jameson Price. Right after we saw Chad come back and fight some of the Edhekias a couple of episodes back.
He's talking in a sloth-like voice.
Which Chad already talks in a quiet voice too, so it makes it silly.
I didn't say quiet, I said sloth-like.
Oh, you mean disinterested or whatever? Well, Ikkaku gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, he gets off-screen by it.
Yeah, because Ikkaku can't, well, he doesn't want to use his Bankai. And we know why, but yeah, so Poe doesn't even have to go release form on him, and he just kicks the shit out of him, and he actually breaks the pillar. Which is when Kumamura the doggy and his lieutenant Tetsuzaimon, who's done nothing up till now, by the way, and I mean that, even this whole thing, we still don't even know what his Zanpakuto is, I don't think, do we?
We've seen his sword released, we've never seen him do anything with it.
Yeah.
It's just a sword that has, I don't know, a spike on one end of it. You know, the opposite end of the sharp end. That's about all I could say about it.
Well, they show up and use these weird, what are they, like stake things to repair the pillar?
Yeah, stakes to put in the ground to stop it from returning to the real world.
Yeah. And Kumamura and Poe get ready to have a fuck when Poe punches Kumamura away, proving that, yeah, he could actually hang with the captain somewhat, so clearly he's probably the strongest of Baragon's Fracciones. And then he's like, well, I'm gonna get serious too, since there's a captain around. And he becomes a giant. And what we're about to see is something amazing. So, before that, though,
for the kaiju battle.
Before that, though, Poe did keep mentioning during the whole fight, yelling at Ikaku to use a power he was holding back. And Ikaku's like, I don't have any power. And that was when Kumamura and Tetsuzaimon showed up to save him right when he was about to get killed. And Tetsuzaimon's yelling at Ikaku, do you have a power you're holding back? And Ikaku's like, no, I don't. Well, then, we're gonna run, because we can't beat that giant monster.
Or how about you just use your Bankai?
Well, yeah.
Not so much of a secret.
Yeah, Kumamura uses his Bankai after showing... No, doesn't Kumamura, before he uses Bankai, judo toss the giant?
Yes.
It isn't doing some of the dumbest shit.
It is the best dumb shit. Better than those fillers. Those just are...
Oh, those fillers are great.
Something.
Those are great. You leave them alone. You leave Cohen alone. But yeah. Kumamura then uses his Bankai, calling out his stand, which, again, now we can actually see it in a real fight instead of just teased. Yeah, isn't it? It's a giant kaiju too, isn't it?
It's a giant samurai armor. So yes, kaiju battle.
It is great.
It's kind of one-sided.
Well, I mean, Poe was gonna settle it in the face at point blank, which probably could have done a little damage.
It did nothing.
Yeah.
He did do that.
And
then he got gut punched, like, well, since they're kaijus, I guess, like, a mile away.
Yeah, this fight was amazing. Which does make you wonder if Ikaku used his Bankai, could he have taken the giant? Because this guy probably was the strongest out of the four of them.
Maybe not. It's Ikaku, probably not.
Well, that's when Tetsuzaimon gets mad at Ikaku, saying because he held back, he put his pride over everything else, the mission, and risked Karakura Town getting destroyed because if it returned. And he explains how he knew about his Bankai, which, by the way, because it's been like over 10 years since I saw this episode, give or take, when it first aired, it was a while back, I remembered Yamamoto yelling at Ikaku. Now I know why. Because they're the exact same voice actor, and Tetsuzaimon even slips into his Yamamoto voice here, or Neil Kaplan does, when yelling at Ikaku.
Yeah.
So I guess my mind subconsciously was like, oh, it was Yamamoto who yelled at him. After that long of a time of not seeing this episode. But yeah. So Tetsuzaimon gives Ikaku shit for it, and Kumamura was like, quiet enough. Just, let's get back to work. My ears must not be working that well today, because I don't know what y'all were talking about. Basically playing dumb. Which, kind of wonder who else knows about Ikaku's Bankai.
Everyone knows.
Well, Yamamoto clearly doesn't, or he probably would have had Ikaku forcefully reassigned. Because, it's Yamamoto and he's an asshole. Okay, and now we're to the part that Dai absolutely loves and has been teasing this whole time. Baragon's last two Fracciones. As they're getting ready to fight Morecchio and Soifone. Yeah, Soifone's gonna fight one. And his last two Fracciones are Gio Vega, as I just call him Vega, because obviously Street Fighter. He's voiced by Tony Oliver, doing a completely different voice. So I'm not mad at this one. I didn't even know it was him at first. I think you called it out, though.
Yeah.
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 Again, as long as he does a different voice, it's fine. And the other one, which, because I'm an immature asshole, I couldn't stop laughing at his name. Neargay. I don't know, I think I'd prefer it better if he were strictly bi, I'll go sit in the corner. Okay, anyways, Dear Gay is voiced by Kyle Bear, also doing a completely different voice. I guess something similar to his Ganju voice, but Ganju's been fucked off for how long now, so it doesn't really matter. Now does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing matters.
Well, first we got Marechio fighting Nirgay, who releases into... What, is it his release from what you've been waiting for, Dai?
Elephant.
Yeah, he made the joke a while back about wanting to see Lex Lang punch an elephant in the face or something. He gets his wish here. Actually, we got Marechio's Zanpakuto too. Now I actually could see that up close.
We already seen it.
Yeah, but now I actually see it work instead of jobbing. Well, kind of work. Yeah, this fight is mostly a joke battle with the two of them calling each other ugly and fat ass the whole time. And Marechio doing a lot of running away. Until he confirms he was playing possum and moves way faster than Elephant Man could predict. And he's like, I'm the lieutenant of the Stealth Force. Did you really think I was that incompetent and weak? Which... I mean, we did see him job to Ichigo. And jobbing the Dalk in the Bound Arc isn't fair. Who didn't job to that thing? Unless you've got a counterclaim.
The two people who didn't.
Yeah, but that was an unfair matchup. Anyway. Yeah. So, of course, there's a lot of innuendo here about Marechio going, man, I gotta stop that long trunk of his. Woof. You all knew what you were getting into when you listened to me.
Do they, though?
Yes. I hope so. Anywho. Yeah. Long story short, Yurge gets put down. And, he plays possum too, because Marechio starts gloating. He's like, ha, I won! And Nirgay gets ready to grab him, and don't they do a comedic skit where he's like, so you want a long nose like mine, don't you? This is kind of dumb. Is this the kind of stupid you want to die? An elephant man fighting a fat man?
Yeah.
Well, while that's going on, Soyphone is fighting Vega, who also releases his power, and his Resurrection state is... Fuck is it, Die? Come on, you're the described person.
I already told you. There's a tiger.
Well, of course it's a tiger, but I didn't want to steal your spotlight. I mean, he calls it the Tigre or some shit.
It's subtle.
Yeah. And it seems like Soyphone's having trouble, even getting knocked into Nirgay, which I guess ironically saves Marechio. So Nirgay got knocked out of the way by the captain of Squad 2, and that is when Soyphone gets pissed off at Marechio, because Marechio's like, I was worried about you, Captain, are you okay? And she tells him not to take his mind off the enemy that he was currently fighting. And, yeah, make a long story short, obviously you all know what's going on here. Marechio's an idiot thinking Soyphone might actually lose this fight, when in actuality Soyphone hasn't even used a Bankai yet, so we know what's really going on. She confirms herself that she's...
really.
Yeah, she confirms that she's just holding back to see how powerful an Arrancar's Resurrection state is. Marechio is an idiot and forgets that, oh yeah, the elephant's still alive! I gotta put him down for realsies this time! While Soyphone uses the Suzume Bachi to strike down the Tiger Man twice. Which is the only way she's killed anyone in this series so far, isn't it? I mean, she does it in a unique way, at least. striking one of his lungs from the front and then from the back. But because she struck the same organ twice, it still counted. Because before it was, oh, you have to strike in the same spot twice for it to kill the enemy. And Fraccion was even confused, like, what? But you hit him in the front and the back. So how does that work?
It touched the same spot.
Yeah. Anywho, so the near gay elephant, whatever the fuck, is dead, and the tiger, Vega, is dead. And Baragon's like, fools! My Fracciones are pathetic! And seems like it might be setting up a fight with Fraccion and Soyphone versus him.
Nah.
Meanwhile, Stark and his Fracciones, Lilynette, she's the only one he has, are getting ready to take on Shunsui and Ukitake, while Rangiku and Hitsugaya are getting ready to fight Hollybell and her 3 Fracciones. And this is where Casta gets really dumb again and rears its ugly head. So, just a quick recap, because Rangiku wants to take on all 3 of them by herself. The first one, Mila Rose, is Aaron Fitzgerald. That's fine. The second one is Sun, which is Karen Strassman. And remember, we just got done hearing a Soyphone fight. We're watching one. And the third one is Apache, voiced by Megan Hollingshead, i.e. Rangiku. Y'all see the problem yet?
Oh, the problem gets much worse.
It does. It's not helped though in the early part of this fight, when Apache is the one who doesn't shut up and constantly chastises Rangiku for being weak. And I think this is the one time Rangiku gives an in-depth explanation of how her Zanpakuto works, the Heineko.
Yeah.
Because before we just like, oh, it just shoots ash out. We don't know what the hell it does though. But no, apparently anything the ash touches is equivalent to the blade of her sword, so it'll get cut as if it were hit by a blade. So, glad we know how it works now. 200 episodes into the series. Anyway, the numbers start overwhelming Rangiku, obviously. And that's when the unhinged Squad 5 Lieutenant, for some reason, Momo, appears. To save the day. So you thought 2 Karen Strassmans were enough? Now we've got 3. This is so dumb. Did no one see the issue here? Anyway, so yes, we've got Momo and Sun who are the same VA, and Rangiku and Apache who are the same VA. And Rangiku and Apache constantly arguing might remind some of the old Hiku dub, with Mion and Shion arguing as twinsies. So just think of it like that. And they're kind of doing a similar voice here. Anyway, Momo tries explaining to Rangiku, don't worry, I'm all better now. I'm not gonna fall for Captain Aizen's bullshit. He is a traitor, so you can rely on me. And Rangiku thinks to herself, did you not realize you just called him Captain Aizen? You still for some reason think there's hope for him, you idiot. Seriously, why is Momo the Squad 5 Lieutenant again? What?
Yes.
Anywho, the 3 of them go release form. So, what do we got, Dai? I know Sun's an anaconda thingy.
Yup.
Apache, what the hell is she, a ram?
Something like that.
And then Mila Rose, the last one. What the hell is she? What?
A deer thing.
Okay. Well, now that we've seen them for what they truly are, the question must be asked, because every Bleach fan must ask this question. Out of Hollybell's 3 Fracciones, which one is best, girl?
None.
None? Oh, come on, you know Nomi would say Mila Rose. Ask Nomi why, if you all want to know. It'll be hilarious. But we obviously know the answer is Apache. Who doesn't love a ram? Or a boar, whatever the fuck that thing is. Well, alright, they don't even stay in real release forms for very long before they each sacrifice their left arms, add 3 to the counter, which I think someone, actually the crab claw that from Shuhei's opponent got cut off too, so that counts as an arm cut off. But yeah, they sacrificed their 3 left arms to make a Chimera monster! And yeah, the Chimera monster fucks up Rangiku and Momo's shit. Izuru shows up, and he gets his shit nearly fucked up too. Shuhei shows up, and he's getting pwned by it. They give you Tetsuzaimon tries doing a sneak attack on it, and it doesn't go very well. And yeah. It's at this moment while Izuru's worried shitless, because he's trying to avoid the monster while healing Rangiku and Momo's injuries, because it's revealed he used to be a member of Squad 4, which, I mean, makes sense, he is really good at Keto.
Gotta get the Keto.
Gotta get the Keto. That Yamamoto shows up, and is like, shameful, making me come down to the front lines. Right after Tetsuzaimon got hit by the monster, so it's not silly at all, as if this whole double casting during this fight wasn't bad enough. But yeah, Yamamoto uses his Zanpakuto Ryujin Jaka, and this Chimera monster gets murked immediately. Holybell's 3 Fracciones immediately charging the Yamamoto. Then he's like, I will, instead of immediately killing you to show for your bravery, I will just leave you with really bad burns. Woof. And, yeah, the 3 of them are done. And, yeah. I mean, this works really well. Shows how powerful Yamamoto is in scale with all the lieutenants that were getting one-shotted.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't think we really needed that with how Aizen, Gin, and Tosin were all trapped in the flames of his Zanpakuto, with that not even them being able to break out of it. Anyway, now we're on to the start of the Espada fights. So Stark and Shunsui, it's revealed Stark has a very similar personality as Shunsui, and he's like, I don't want to fight, can't we just pretend? You know, you can just...
be back up front.
Yeah, he's like, can we just pretend, man? Come on. I just, you know, it's really relaxed and shit. And Shusui's like, as much as I want to, kind of can't. Trust me, man, I don't want to fight you either. You seem like a good guy. And, yeah. Lillinette and Ukitake are having, meanwhile, a joke fight, because of course, Ukitake's not going to go all out on a lolly, that wouldn't be cool. And, I mean, hey, Lillinette being Kate Higgins here isn't a bad thing, since all of her characters are basically gone at this point, aren't they? Actually, yeah, Nanao isn't here, is she? You know, Shunsui's lieutenant, where the hell is she? What? But the point was to get every lieutenant involved in this whole thing so far.
Later?
Sure. Oh, I hope she shows up during the Lillinette thing. That'd be so stupid. I don't remember if she does or not, so I guess we'll find out. Anyway. And it's revealed at this point, while Holybell and Hitsugaya are fighting, she's like, it's time I take things a little more seriously, since my Fracciones were defeated. And she is number 3. Huh, so when I accidentally said that last time, didn't have to wait that much longer.
On purpose?
No, I genuinely fucked up then. Just like I tend to do a lot. Looks aside, Hitsugaya is throwing it back by this, and he's like, wait, you're only the 3rd strongest? Holy shit. And then Shinsui's fighting Stark, and he's like, okay, so since she's number 3, I hope that means you're number 2, because, yeah, I don't want to be going up against number 1. That means I might actually have to try my hardest. Stark goes, ah, sorry, but I'm number one. Yeah, I know. And Shinsui's like, damn it, this is gonna be a fun day.
No.
Which means Baragon is number 2. The one who was giving the orders this whole time, too.
I don't think, well, Stark doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't. He really doesn't. He even says he's a go-with-the-flow kind of person.
Neither of them really seemed like they gave a fuck.
Yeah, Hollybell doesn't give a shit either. But yeah. So, Stark draws his sword. Shinsui is getting ready to fight him. Everything is set up, which is when we go back to Hueco Mundo. It's like, wow, these Sparta fights, can't wait for them. Oh, it's just going on Hueco Mundo, though. It has been a while. Renji, Rukia, and Chad take out all the Adhekias, and Rukia's like, yeah, Rukia's like, you're the only one left, Rudabone. And I was like, fool. You have no idea. I'll take you down myself, rubber.
I am the Stong.
Which means Rukia is fighting Dan Warren, i.e. her brother. So those who wanted a Rukia-Byakuya fight, you kind of get that. What? It's sort of. Oh yeah, I don't think I ever mentioned this. The lieutenant of Squad 1, whose name I can never remember either, because he's not even a character, really. He's also Dan Warren, too, as if the casting wasn't dumb enough.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't even... Yeah, I don't think he was either. I don't even know who the... I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him. You just see him occasionally hang around Yamamoto.
He's like Yamamoto's secretary.
Yeah, that's all he really is. But yeah. Anyway, so their fight is set up, and Ichigo and Ukiura, they begin having a skirmish as their fight really starts to get heated up. Ichigo's like, I'll defeat you, and I don't care if the 13 Court Guard squads can't stop Aizen. If they can't, I'll do it then! And as he charges at Ukiura, the episode ends. Man, everything was perfect there for that setup. You know, the music was great. From what you were saying, the animation's on point too for this part, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like every fight set up, it's fucking awesome. How are they gonna follow this up? With 40 straight episodes of fucking filler. 40 episodes of filler time. I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh, Toonami.
That was a PTSD reaction because I had to actually sit through all these as they aired on Toonami back in the fucking day, or Adult Swim. What? Yeah, I don't think it was. It might have been Toonami at that point. I'm not sure. Because Toonami, I know, didn't come back till 2012. Point is, though, yeah. Like, after that hype shit, even the preview is Ichigo like, alright, Ukiura, I'm coming at you full force. Ukiura's like, just a moment. We can't. The programmers want to change the script. It's like, what? What? Yes, we'll have to put this fight on hiatus for now. Ichigo just goes, why would they do that? Because they hate us, Ichigo. Because they hate us.
It makes sense.
Anyway.
If you don't think about it.
Anyway. Well, before we move on to the fillers, I can say this. Stark did a great job setting everything up. Oh. Actually, the last thing I should mention real quick about the Fracciones that I neglected to. Since Mila Rose is gone, did anyone else get Noir flashbacks from Neptunia when they chastised Mila Rose for being lonely and she got pissed off about it?
Shame.
I had to. Anyway, yeah, this arc was really good. It gave a lot of character to the lieutenants and the relationship with the captains as well. You even get some with Soifon and Morechio that we neglected to mention. Like how Soifon explains to the Tiger Man, Vega. Because Vega's like, you don't seem to get along with him. And she's like, I don't like a relaxed environment in my squad. I feel it keeps us stronger when we're at odds with each other because it creates basically competitive nature. So we learn why she has such a stick up her ass all the time, at least. But, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that, we got the last 3 fillers we're planning on covering real quick, which all of them are stupidly amazing in the best way possible. Except the first one. First one's just okay, I guess. It strangely enough opens up on Mizuido, Ichigo's other friend from school.
Yeah.
And it's about him and Keiko first meeting Ichigo and Chad at school their first day. So, I guess if you wanted more of that, you kind of get that. It's a prequel episode to the anime and everything before it started. So at least the filler's trying to fit in somewhere. And it
just fits.
It somewhat works. Mizuido gets into a discussion with Keigo, because Keigo's like, "What? Have you not heard the rumors about Ichigo and Chad? Man, they're evil people. I heard they got ties to the Yakuza and all sort of shit." And Mizuido's like, "Those are just rumors, right? You haven't met them yourself, have you?" "No." "Well, then you shouldn't believe all the rumors you hear, Keigo, because you're an idiot. Without actual hard proof or facts, they're just rumors." Gotta love that shit. Anyway, so of course we know where this goes. Ichigo and Chad get in a fight with a couple of bad people who take Keigo hostage. And after they save him, they all become friends. We also get Ichigo trying to give flowers to a spirit, and some kid and his mom, like, "Look, that strange man is talking to the flowers. Don't point. It's rude to stare." That scene was fucking hilarious. Didn't we see that? We did see that in episode 1, didn't we? I think. Pretty sure we saw this scene. I don't know. Dai, do you remember? Dai?
Yeah.
Sure. Starting to think you're a Swanson over there, man.
Swanson Johnson.
Swanson Johnson. Anywho.
Yeah.
Swanson man. Okay, but enough about Nomi. We already finished talking about Mila Rose. So yeah, the filler ends when Rukia is assigned to go to the World of the Living, which we've already seen.
Extended scenes of what we've seen before.
Yeah. Which this is when the Squad 1 lieutenant is there at a lieutenant's meeting, and they talk about promoting Renji. So I guess we get a little more on that. And I love how, it's Tetsuzaimon, isn't it? Who's like, "Renji, what? Why are you promoting him?" Pretty sure it was Tetsuzaimon who said that. It's like, fuck you, Tetsuzaimon, you're not even a character. Renji's cool. Tetsuzaimon, you do nothing. You just chastised Ikaku a few episodes ago, and that's it. And you're his drinking partner. That's your entire character in your existence. But yeah. So, filler was okay. Nothing offensive about it, it's just alright. Now after that, though, we've got everyone's favorite episode, the beach filler! Everyone likes the beach filler, right? Where Soy Phone is, of course, blushing at the thought of Yoruichi in a swimsuit when they're swimsuit shopping. The now apparently has a flat complex, news to me, but sure. And, yeah. They all go to the beach because they had a swimming pool in the Soul Society, but Byakuya destroyed it with his Zenbone Zakura because they decided to build it in his front yard? What the hell were we watching?
Extended version of Illustrated Guide to Soul Reapers.
Well, either way, we get Uryu, Chad, and Orihime all working at the store right next to the beach, the concession stand. There we go. Think of the term for it. And Hitsugaya is here too, as the one making the ice for everyone with his Hiyori Maru. It's so dumb. Why? And Anohana and Ukitake have a competition to see who could build the best creation out of sand sculptures. And of course, this has Ikaku, Renji, and Ichigo getting into a pissing contest. Is there a scene where Yachiru puts a crab on Ikaku's ass and he starts screaming or something too? It's like, no, not there, no!
Not the crabs.
Attack its weak spot for massive damage. Anyway, this all of course culminates into a tentacle monster showing up because all the females are in swimsuits, because of course. With a fucking, did you say that like a watermelon face?
It's just a watermelon
with tentacles. Anyway, you won't know where this is going. It grabs some of the waifus, and yeah. Of course, Ichigo doesn't have his Zanpakuto. It's like, well, I didn't think to bring it. Renji had his, but he's an idiot and trips and falls into the ocean. And that's when Soifon and Yoruichi dive up from beneath the ocean, because they were fishing for sharks, apparently. And yeah, they kill the monster. And Anohana explains, the first story she told was that there was a creature on this beach with strange spiritual pressure. I thought it was a rumor. But then she says, no, that story was a lie. I just thought it was an interesting story. Truth is, this was a monster made up by the research and development team to take on hollows. And one of them even asks, how is a watermelon supposed to take on hollows? Even I'm confused by this. It's like, what the fuck? How does that even work? Whatever. Point is, yeah. This episode was hilariously stupid. Especially, though, if you want to see your favorite waifu in a fan service moment. Hey. If you're a man of culture, you will love this episode. Come on, Dai. But now, we come to the last episode of the set, and the last one-off filler before the next major arc starts. An Ikkaku-focused filler, where him and Yumichika are sent back to the world of the living to take down a hollow that they've been tracking down. And they try asking to stay at Ichigo's house, and yeah, Ichigo turns them down. So they're forced to go to Keigo's house, and you all probably know where this is going. Keigo's sister seeing Ikkaku again in her fetish for bald men.
It's just a continuation of those fillers we covered before, really.
It is. In fact, this filler probably would have fit much better back then instead of just being awkwardly shoved in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at least then it would have actually felt like it could have taken place there. But yeah, so what follows is Keiko's sister, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but anyways, she stalks the shit out of Ikkaku, and to the point of him saying, you know what, I gotta do something about this. Yumichika, help me out, man. And Yumichika's grand plan is to give Ikkaku a wig. And the stupid part is...
super glue.
Yeah, Ikkaku's like, I'm not wearing this thing. Wait, why would it come off? You super glued it to my head? Well, the disguise wouldn't work if the wig came off too easily, would it? And then Yumichika starts laughing his ass off like a dick. And of course, when they're running through town, they run into Ichigo, and Ichigo's like, wait, who are you? And then when he finds out it's Ikkaku, he also laughs his ass off. And Orihime, being Orihime, still doesn't understand who that was after their 5-minute conversation. Because of course she doesn't.
Yeah, that checks out.
But yeah. Keiko's sister then treats Ikkaku like shit. And Ikkaku's like, you only love me for my bald head? Fine, I'm out of here. And then she has inner monologue to herself like, well... any man who just tries getting hair to break a woman's heart, is it worth my time? It's really dumb. And this eventually culminates with Keigo and his sister going out to get juice together or some shit, and the Hollow Monster attacking. And Ikkaku having to swoop in to save his Keigo and his sister from the Hollow Monster.
So it really belongs to those set of fillers?
Yep. Oh, yeah, wasn't Ikkaku stuck in the Gigai because of the super glued wig?
It was special spirit super glue that keeps you in the Gi guy.
Yeah, so it super glued his soul into the Like, it's so dumb. Why? And Yumichiko's even laughing at this. It's like, dude, this isn't the time for that. Like, there's a hollow monster attacking. I get it, it's funny, but come on. Anyway. So Ikaku eventually gets out of the Giga and is able to save her, thus making her fall in love with him again. Even though, in her own words, he has a dead raccoon on his head. Did it really look like a dead raccoon?
No, she just has that much of a bald fetish.
Oh, well. Yeah. And as Ikaku and Yumichika prepare to return to the Soul Society, she says that he could come back anytime. He was like, I'll take you up on that offer. I bet the shipping community was happy that day. Again, this filler is inoffensive. It doesn't do anything wrong. It's hilariously stupid, especially if you're an Ikaku mark, which who isn't? I mean, have you heard that man's voice? He's a sexy bald man right up there with Patrick Stewart. What? Don't look at me like that!
Mm-hmm. Like what?
Exactly. But that is this set of Bleach, Lieutenants and Fraccione. And... yeah.
And filler.
And filler. I was honestly gonna add that to the title. I was gonna add that to the title, but there was only 5 filler episodes out of, like, 17 episodes we covered. Or 16 episodes. So it was barely a third of it. Anyway. Actually, now I think about it, some of the captains fought some of the Fraccione too, so... doesn't matter. Point is, the set was alright. And coming up next is the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc, which, I remember actually liking. So we'll see how this works. And this arc was storyboarded by Kubo. He also did the designs for the Zanpakuto.
Sadly, no more elephants.
Yeah, no more elephants doing it. Unless one of the Zanpakuto's true form is an elephant. I don't remember, it might be. You might get your wish. It's possible. But I can give you this. As a little teaser, Baragon's voice changed from Steve Kramer to Michael McConaughey. I'm actually all for. I think that was actually a beneficial change because I think he fits Baragon better. There is a cast change coming up in this arc that everyone universally agrees was for the worse and is kind of shit. That's all I will say for those who don't know. And for those who do, you know what we're talking about. But yeah. Next time we'll cover the first half of that arc, so it's episodes 230 to 247. Because this episode is 36 episodes... This arc is 36 episodes long. There's no way we could cover that all in one thing. We'd be here for 6 hours. Alright, so join us next time, and actually, do you have anything real quick to say about this set of episodes? What did you think of the Lieutenants and Fracciones and the fillers? If you say you really like the part where they talk about elephants doing it, I'm slapping you with a shit.
I really like the part where the elephant uses his retractable trunk to strangle a fat man.
Was that a euphemism? The elephant was named Neargay, after all.
Yeah.
And there was talk about one of them hitting the other one in the backside? Woof. That was dialogue in the fight. Yeah, I know, we're assholes. Jokes aside, though, this was a really enjoyable set of Bleach. As far as the dub goes, it was honestly really good this part, too. I paid close attention to notice any fuck-ups, even from our good friend Narrator Kun, and there were none, from what I could tell at least. Everything seemed to be on point. So, yeah, props to that, too. As far as MVP for this session, I don't know, actually.
Wrap the rest of it up, I really gotta go do the thing.
Go ahead. So yeah, while Dai's gone, I guess I'll quickly wrap this up. I'd probably gonna give it to Grant George as Izuru, because the speech he gave about Squad 3 and everything, and that moment between him and Ben Diskin, that was probably my favorite fight out of the 4. Fraccion Lieutenant fights from the beginning of the arc. Or beginning of the set, I mean. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this set of episodes, and... I don't know, who was your guys' waifu of Holly Bell's Fracciones? Come on, everyone has one. I still think Apache's best. Yeah, I know, I'm weird. Alright, guys. Yeah. And, should mention, you can watch Bleach on Hulu. Watch it along with us. Or Blu-ray or DVD or whatever. It is on Funny now, but who the fuck wants to watch it on Funny? That app sucks. I guess it still does. I don't know. I haven't had that shit in 2 years. But alright, guys. Hope you have yourselves a great day. Thank you all again so much for watching, and hopefully you got some enjoyment out of our fuck-ups or something. I don't know. And, yeah. Join us next time for Zanpakuto Rebellion Part 1, Eps 230 to 247. Hope you have yourselves a great day. And, yeah. Till next time. Bye! Urchimaru!